Okay, looks like it's connected now. And if I write something, it should appear on the screen, I would say. Come on, is it doing it? Well, it's blinking, so it means it does something, and there we go. Okay. Hey, looks like okay, everything is in place. Things are connected. The connection doesn't look so great. That's a bit problematic. Seriously. It's fluctuating when I'm not playing. So I can play Master Duel and the like, but the moment I open Notepad, the network connection breaks down. Seriously? Well. Guess there's no reason to complain about that. Ja. Hat ein bisschen mehr gedauert als gedacht. Also manchmal kann man dem Internet nicht so ganz vertrauen. So, aber jetzt. But now, let's get. Seriously? Why is it? Okay, I'm missing something. Something else is going on. That's the reason why it keeps breaking. Okay, that means. Okay, I'm ignoring something. What am I missing to connect properly? Ja, das ist natürlich auch eine Strategie. Nee, verursacht vermutlich weniger Probleme. Aber jetzt mal. Okay, nee. Okay, ich dachte, jetzt muss ich erstmal rausfinden, wieso das Ding die ganze Zeit flackert, ich hier irgendwas zustande bringe. Das sollte jetzt nicht mehr als 2 Minuten dauern. Okay. Okay, now the network connection should be a bit less breakable, I think. Apparently I plugged the wrong Ethernet cable in the wrong Ethernet port. And now, oh, great. Don't tell me that. Seriously. You would think not trying to start a game would improve performance, but no. Of course, everything has to break down now. And back again. Seriously. Okay, but now. Okay, now this time it should work. Means text window is open, connection is on, it's not breaking down. I plugged in the right microphone. Okay, this time I'm certain I can do something. At least I'm 50% certain. Okay, so let's just give it a try with script 1. And now we get to the main problem. What would be a good idea to start out on? Yeah, I thought I would have a better idea by the start of this. Okay, spontaneous. Okay, thinking of something on the spot was apparently not my best idea. I have to admit that. Well, Wait, I got a little idea for a few lines. Well. Yeah, that's it. Ja, würde ich auch, aber ich hab sonst nichts anderes offen, abgesehen von meinem Stream-Programm und dem Editor. Das ist schon das Niedrigste, was ich anhaben kann. Das ist ja die Ironie an der ganzen Sache. Im Vergleich zu den ganzen anderen Streams habe ich schon alles unnötig ausgemacht. Look what we have here. Yeah. There we go. Let's go to file idea. And then machine. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good as a working title, at least for the start. Honestly, no. I haven't really thought about social media things yet. I mean, the most thing I really have is a Reddit account for doing posts. I really didn't think I didn't thought it that much through. This whole thing is just to get me to try and work on my pronunciation and working on saying things more spontaneous. So in other words, the things I'm currently failing at. That's honestly the whole extent of what I'd thought till now. Okay, but now let's get back to writing the next line. I mean, one line as a script is a bit short, I would say. Although it would be rather easy to record. I mean, that would be quite a soundbite if I just go, well, look what we have here. Hmm. Hmm. Seriously? Yeah? Hmm. Well. Mm-hmm. Okay. God, I'm starting to think that I watched too many Emily videos, and now the text graph got me. If God, it's like that's some kind of curse. Well, the cat already. Right, that's where I was. Well. Seeing all that. I didn't think. Yeah. Oh, sure. See you soon then. Hastily. Seeing all that damage I didn't think. You managed to get all back unit 01. Yes, okay. Should I just go with unit 01, or would it be a bit too basic and too close to going some kind of Evangelion world? Well, you know what? If we come up with a much funnier number, we can go back and revise that, but let's just go with unit 01 for now. Seriously. Didn't think you'd get all the way back, unit 1. Seriously. No, I can't just go with seriously after that. I need something a bit more interesting. And I'm sure I can figure something out. Wait, I had an idea. While I was in my run. What was I thinking back then? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Now I got it again. Damage to your armor. No, not I need something else. Something a bit more interesting or connected. Well. Yeah, with all that piercing damage to your armor. He was about to suggest that you move from the front lines. And yeah, that's right there. But it's yeah, like any more any more yeah. Okay, how could I write that? Any more damage of that variety, and I would have to. No, that's not how I could write that. How could we change that tiny bit? Well, look at what we have here. Honestly, seeing all the damage, I didn't think we'd even manage to get all the way back, Unit 01. With all that piercing damage to your armor, I was about to suggest that you get moved from the front lines. Any more damage like... Yeah, any more damage like that? I'm to think that you would be... And then... yeah. Any more damage like that, and I'm starting to think that you'd rather be a magician's assistant than a frontline unit. Yeah, okay, I think that's something I can work with. So, there we go. Hydration is very needed. So, now where were we? Hey, stop looking at me like that. I'm not one. Okay, I'm not the one who decided that dodging attacks is optional. Right? I think I can write that. Hey, stop looking at me like that. I'm not the one who decided that dodging attacks is optional. Okay, I think that should be a comment. Just for that break in there. Rather, okay, I think it should be a bit longer of a break than just... I'm not the one who decided that dodging attacks is optional. Yeah, I think that's a bit closer to it. There we go. No. Let's see if we can... Yeah, let's see if we can go and restart the engine. No, let's see if we can go and restart you. To see... yeah, to see how much of your systems are still operational. There we go. Another line in the script. Okay, system is setting up. Let me just run a short Diagnostic check. Hmm. Okay, system load up. 20%. System load up. 50%. System load up. Data error. No. No, that can be. Please. No. No. That can't be. No. Come on. No. That can't be. No. Come on, dear. I know you're stronger than that. I believe in you. System. Which was grants system load up 85%. Yeah, okay. I think with that we're getting a bit closer to the whole thing. I know. Okay. Now something that's a bit more coaching. Ah, that's my. Ah, that's my girl. I knew you could do it. And there we go. System. 100%. And looks like, yeah, looks like this load up sequence works just fine. It's like the load up sequence works just fine. Yeah, there we go. Right. And for my final trick, okay, then we. Okay, that was the wrong combo. There we go. The break. There we go. Oh, and with the short break, I also need to drink something again. There we go. And we can continue writing. Now, where was I? I was doing something interesting. Okay. Looks like systems are working. Okay, looks like our systems are working. Okay, I think I can write it like that. Now, what's the next? Okay, writing that stuff is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Now how can I... Oh. Good morning. Unit 01. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Now how do I go on from that point? Okay. I could really need some kind of input now. Gotta figure out something. Oh. Remember what happened. Well. Yeah, I guess I have to really figure that one a bit more out. Seriously. Okay. You don't remember what happened. Unit 01. And you will... Yeah, okay, I think we go over a more casual route and then make it a bit more interesting later on. You were on a little hard mission and you ambushed by enemy forces. Yeah, I think I can write enemy forces like that. No. Let's see how that sounds if I read it as one line. Oh, you don't remember what happened. Unit 01. You were on a little scout mission. Wait, scouting would be the right word in that case? Scouting mission. When you were ambushed by enemy forces. Thankfully you didn't... But it started with A. We managed to take care most of them and we retreated before full system failure. Yeah, okay. Do you really me? Yeah, think I can go with that. Yeah, okay, what would be the next line I could use there? When I... No, that's not it. Yeah, that's clearly not the right idea for that. Today. No, what could I write to make that a bit more interesting? Come on, there has to be something. Okay, I mean, gotta figure out something. No, not when they called. I don't think I can write it like that. Although you really worried me. Even I saw your status change on my pad. Yeah. When I saw your status change on my pad, I really thought I would get to see my favorite unit ever again. Yeah, let's see if it's that. Although you really worried me when I saw your status change on my pad. I really thought I wouldn't get to see my favorite unit ever again. Okay, I should finish that word again. Pun not intended. And that's like that. Alright. Let's see. Thankfully. Yeah, no, I can't really write it thankfully like that. Oh, should I? Can I? Let's see if I can. How it sounds if I say like that. Thankfully, you managed to take care of most of them, and you did it before full system failure. Could. Okay. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, I think we're slowly getting somewhere. Okay, when I saw you started changing my pad, I really thought I wouldn't get to see my favorite unit ever again. Yeah. For all the trouble you cause, you're something special. Yeah, I think I can write it like that. That would be something, wouldn't it? For all the trouble you cause. Yeah. Meant. Can I write it like that? Should I write it like that? I really thought I wouldn't get to see my favorite unit ever again. For all the trouble you cause. Yes. Some. Yes, there's something special. Yeah, there we go. Pretty sure I can write it like that, and that would be something. Yeah, now when I saw your status change on my pad, I really thought I wouldn't get to see my favorite unit ever again. For all the trouble you cause. Your spirit's something special. And now that... Okay, how could I continue it? Now, let's just run a few more tests. See if everything else is working as expected. Okay. Let us start with something simple. Just take it deep. Okay, I should try deep in the right way. Else it would be dip, and I don't think that sounds right. Just take a deep breath. hold it for a moment, and out. Okay. Hey, please repeat that once more. Just take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, and yeah, I think I should write it out. Leave out. Okay, I don't need to rewrite that whole thing. Copy and paste. There we go. And just like that, we got one more line of code. Just take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, and breathe out. Great. Looks like the systems are working. Now unit 01, please give a status report. Wake with other concerned sounds. Yeah, okay, the question is, what would be other concerned sounds? I think it should be something like, oh, Okay. Speech is not working. It isn't great at all systems and running, but it seems to be a minor issue. Nothing to be concerned about, dear. We will figure that one out in no time. Yeah, I think that's how I could write that. Okay, I mean, let's see how that sounds if I fully spell it out. Okay, speech is not working. Well, it isn't great that those systems aren't running, but that seems to be a minor issue. Nothing to be concerned about, dear. We'll figure that one out in no time. I promise. Yeah, that's a lot closer to what I want. Think we can write it like that. Yeah, just relax and let's continue with the tests, just to be sure that nothing else is going on as well. Okay, now what would be a few tests we couldn't figure out for a little machine, for an Android? I think the basic of movements would be the right thing, wouldn't it? In that case, please stretch. Yeah, I think that sounds certain. Please stretch out arms. Okay, so stretch out and then intertwine. Yeah. Then intertwine. Wait, is that one word or is that two words? Then intertwine your fingers. Excellent. Looks like motoric skills are working just fine. Okay, let's see how that sounds if I really speed it out. Just relax and let us continue with the test. Wait, shouldn't it be tests then in that case? Yeah, just relax and let us continue with the tests. Just to be sure that nothing else is going on as well. Please stretch out your arms and then intertwine your fingers. Excellent. Looks like your motoric skills are working just fine. Hey. No need for gestures. Just doesn't mean that it's good. Yeah, I think that's a bit more like it. Huh. Wait, don't tell me that's... Okay, so the text doesn't really line up with the whole thing, so that's a tiny bit problematic. Okay, now the text boxes line up, which means if I make that... Yeah, okay, now they overlap again. I'm trying to help after all. Okay. And please lower your hands and try to touch your feet. Come on. Yeah, come on, don't give me that look. You're built for that, at least. Nice. And if you can't, right, then we got something else to check out as well. Yeah, I think that's a bit more like it. Then just like that, we got a few more words in. Which means we are at how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 40, 41. Okay, so we got 41 lines already. Think that's okay. I think that's at least something closely resembling a script. The question is, how many lines do we really need to fully figure that whole thing out? Mm-hmm. What? Mm. Yeah, now some encouragement. See, I knew you could do it. Do. Do we should replace some oil to in next proper inspection? Yeah. Okay. That looks like you can move just fine. And most of the damage you received. Wait, no, I'm pretty sure there's a V somewhere in there. Received. Okay, looks like you can move just fine, and most of the damage you received was superficial in nature. Guess king you down as assistant wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that off the mark, dear. There. I'm sure we can even do a matching paint job. Kidding. Yeah. Like we would touch that paint job like that. We can't just do that, could we? But we've been going at it for a while now, so let's see. I'm sure we can even get you a matching paint job. Kidding. You can color suit you well. Did a great job choosing them, dear. Still, we do to here. Okay, reapply. Okay, reapply some of it. Because you scratched up most of it. But like I said, that's only part of the superficial damage. Yeah, think I can write it like that. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Kidding. You can color suit you well. I mean, you did. Oh, okay, that's That's certainly the wrong date. Yeah, kidding. You couldn't color suit you well. You did a great job choosing them, dear. Still, we do have to replace some of it, 'cause you scratched up most of it. But like I said, that's only part of the superficial damage. Uh, hmm. Wait, what's the word for painters that do that kind of color work? Should I just count them painters? I think there should be a specialized word for something like that. Okay, guess I'm not figuring out what the right word for that is then. I mean, it has to be something. Now, what would be the right word? But like I said, that's only part of the superficial damage. I already ordered the needed paint for it. Okay. Will be there once the inspection is done. Okay. Seriously, that's still breaking down. Guess we really can't have it like that, can we? Oh, great. Okay, so what should we do in that case then? Okay, if it keeps breaking down like that, I don't think there's much of a reason to try a second script. I guess I'll just write that one down and then... Yeah. Okay, it will be there once inspection is done. Okay. Now, how could we round up the script? Wouldn't that be the important bit? How do we come here to an end? Okay. No. If you would be so kind, please lay down again. And I would like to... Yeah, sure, that's the thing. I think now we can circle back to the how not speaking bit. I would like to circle... Right, that's a right circle. I would like to circle back to your speaking... speech issues. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Oh. That's not what that's supposed to be. Okay, could you please open your mouth a tiny bit more? Yeah, there we go. Just as I thought. A few connections got Los. Hmm. Okay, let me check the connectors of them. Huh. So, looks like we found the culprit. Yeah, I think that. Wait, is culprit spelled like that? Culprit. Yeah, okay, I think that is the right way to spell that. So. Looks like we found a culprit. Looks like it should on your vocal connectors. Hey, don't look at me like that. Those are your teeth marks, not mine. Yeah, I think we can go with that. So. Looks like we found a culprit. Looks like you chewed on your own vocal connectors. Hey, don't look at me like that. Those are your teeth marks, not mine. Yeah, I think that's really doing that. Query. Those are easily replaced. I just have to order few. Unless you want a voice that's made for silent movies. Yeah, the ones I still got lying. Wait, no. Wait, what's the right word for that then? I mean, lying. Wait, how do I spell that then? Yeah, the ones I still got in my office are lesser quality. Quality. That's it. Yeah. And that's not something that belongs in my favorite unit. Yeah, okay, I think that's the right word for that. Yeah, that means we're getting closer to it. Nee, tue ich nicht. Okay. That's not something that belongs in my favorite unit. Okay, but that doesn't mean I think we are nearly close to the end of the script idea. It just needs something else to really round the whole thing out. But what could we write to really finish that one? I mean, nah, that doesn't sound right either. That can be the right one for that. Yeah, okay, how could we really round that whole script up? Ja, aber das ist leider ein Stück zu weit weg. That's not something. That's not something that will. Okay, I really don't got an idea how to really round that up now. I mean, there has to be something I can think of. I mean, come on, I've already gotten that far. That means there has to be some solution to that. Now, what am I not thinking of? And that's not something that belongs to my favorite unit. Yeah, no. They're not giving me an idea to finish that whole thing off. Yeah, that's... And that's not something that belongs to my favorite unit. We can expect you to need even repairs than you already do. Yeah, okay, I think that's a bit of an angle we can go for. Else we can expect you to... Wait, no, that's... Okay, no, that sounds off, I think. Else we can expect you to need even more repairs. No. Else we can expect you to need even more... No. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's something wrong in that lineup for her. Something feels off, but I can't really put my finger on it. Else we can expect you to need even more repairs than you already do. Okay, no, that's close enough. I guess we have to go with that then. Else we can expect you to need even more repairs than you already do. Okay, maybe we should just really end it at that point. Yeah, okay, I think that's the end of it. Okay, I'm not figuring out more. And that... Maybe there just is something wrong with my network connection. Well, an attempt was made. Seriously? I'd really just dropped that low again. Fine. I guess I really have to end it there.